The brand new for 2019 and 2020. Are we in 2020 already? Well, I suppose it depends when you're watching. But the brand new TITLEIST T200 irons. Let's do it. And let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel. Second of all, please make sure you don't leave before you hit that subscribe button below. Then you won't miss any of the great golf related content I bring to you guys every single day that helps you raise your game, lower your handicap and generally gets you enjoying golf a ton more. In today's video, I'm testing the brand new T200 irons from TITLEIST. Now you may think these are just a brand new AP3 model, but TITLEIST is saying they're not. You see the T200 sits right in the middle of the pack between the T100 and, you guessed it, the T300. Oh, felt incredible. The idea being that these clubs are for people who still want a fairly small, sleek looking shape, they still want loads of forgiveness in there and they want them jam-packed with technology. Maybe a mid-handicap iron? You see, the AP3 really was a fan favourite last year and it performed exceptionally well. This thing goes miles. In today's video, I have the 9-iron, the 7-iron, and the 5-iron of the T200 range. And the big story coming out of these irons are high density weighting and max impact face. I can't believe how consistently I've just hit that 9-iron. So it's a similar story to the TS project of woods. What TITLEIST are trying to do here is allow players to maintain ball speed off the club face, off-centre hits, and allow you to keep those distances at a nice consistent level. The irons include a polymer core which allows maximum ball speed off the face, and they are designed to look a little bit smaller than the T300, and you guessed it, bigger than the T100. Incidentally, I have tested every single club that TITLEIST are bringing to the table next year, so if you do want to see reviews of the T100, T300, CB, make sure you check those out on the channel, and I'm also doing a video to compare all of them. As you can imagine with the T200, the top line starts to get that a little bit thicker, the blade length starts to get a little bit longer, and it just looks... It just starts to look that little bit bigger than the CB and the T100. You also do lose a little bit of the feel as well. I've got to say, the 7-iron here doesn't quite feel as nice as the T100 that I have just tested. But then I guess the T100 to me didn't feel quite as nice as the CB, so I guess you can't have everything, can you? These do come off like an absolute rocket though, I must say. The 7-iron in the T200 range comes in a loft of 30 degrees, so it's not the strongest loft that I've ever seen on a 7-iron, but it's by no means the weakest. However, TITLEIST aren't just relying upon crank down lofts to get you more distance. The tungsten weighted lower CG in this club is designed to lower spin rates a little bit and get that ball penetrating through the air. Good Lord. So much so that I think I could probably hit this 5-iron off most tees around here at Fixby and get it pumping down the fairway quite nicely. It definitely depends what you're looking for an iron. Are you wanting that control? Are you wanting that ability to send it into a green, stop it even if the greens are a little bit firm? Or are you just wanting them to go as far as physically possible, even on off-centre hits? And you see, for me, I think that's what TITLEIST are doing really well this year, with 5 options of irons now on the market. With 5 options of irons on the market now, you can hardly say that TITLEIST aren't catering for everyone, can you? I guess you could say kind of 7 sets if you include the concepts, but they seem to upset people, so I'll not talk about those too much. Now that's an interesting one because that felt real bottomy. It's come out, it's still gone over 200 yards and the spin rate was actually much better for what I would like. It was 4,500, which for a 5-iron is pretty nice. Guys, I've just hit a load of shots there with the 9-iron, the 7-iron and the 5-iron of the new TITLEIST T200 range. I guess we better take a look and see how they go. TITLEIST T200 irons, let's start with the 9-iron. This thing is an absolute machine. It has gone miles. Average for a 9-iron, 162 yards, which is just filthy. Club speed of 88.3 and a ball speed of 115 miles an hour for a 9-iron. Spin rate, not actually as bad as I would have expected, 6,500. Don't get me wrong, that's nowhere near what I'd want to see. I'd want to see that up in the 8,000s, but I have tested irons where they spin even less than that. What about the 7-iron? Again, just an absolute machine. A couple of miss hits there, but still gone even further than some good hits with my own Mizuno 7-iron. Averaging 186 yards, which is a good 15-20 yards further than I would expect for my 7-iron. A club head speed of 91.9, equaling a ball speed of 122.9, and a spin rate which is really, really low there of 4,600, which explains a lot. Moving on to the 5-iron. You can just really see where this is going, really. All above 200 yards, some of them just massive, like 215 yards. Average distance 208, club speed 95, and a ball speed, a huge ball speed of 131. Spinning, not too bad actually, at 3,992. And they're all pretty consistent, really. If we look at them as a gap in, so we have the 9-iron going 162, we have the 7-iron going 186, and we have the 5-iron going 208 yards. So I think it's fair to say these things are absolute bazookas. They go absolutely miles. If you're looking for extra distance with your irons, the great thing about these for me is they still look okay. They've got a thicker top line than the T100, albeit that is going to give you that more forgiveness. They've got that longer blade length, so when you look down at them, they don't quite look like a player's iron, but that's not what they're designed for. If you're looking to hit your irons absolutely miles, you have to go and check out these. One big thing which I do quite like was the gap in. So you could see how the gap in with the 5-iron was 200 and odd, and the 7-iron was 180 odd, and the 9-iron was 160 odd. Obviously, the issues there lie, yeah, the pitching wedge might go 140 if that kind of carried on. You're going to have 10-yard gaps between the clubs there, but then what do I hit from 130 yards, 120 yards? That then becomes difficult. You need loads of wedges to kind of help make up for that, but I guess if you're a kind of mid-handicap, high-handicap, that's maybe not where you're going to be struggling. You may be struggling from 150 to 200 yards. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed that. That was my review of the TITLEIST T200 irons for 2019 and 2020. If you want to see all the reviews that I've done on these TITLEIST irons, they will be on the channel or around the channel. I think I might even put them all on at the same time so you guys can get those. And I'm also doing one big video at the end of these tests just to compare them all so you guys can have a look and see which ones maybe might suit your game and suit my game. If you're new here, guys, make sure you don't leave before you hit the subscribe button. Leave a like if you've enjoyed that content, because that helps me out massively. Comment below, which irons are you looking forward to trying the most in 2019? And as always, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.